Oh, thanks for clicking on my video. Welcome to my channel, Lovely Moments Creating. If you are new here, consider joining the family by clicking that subscribe button and remembering the notification bell because that way you'll be reminded every time I upload a video. My name is Jenny, and on this channel, I create budget-friendly home decor that's easy to do. So if you want to see some of my creations, keep watching. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in and watching my videos. I am truly grateful and thankful for all of your kind comments and your views. It really means so much to me. I'm going to jump right into this first DIY. From the Dollar Tree, I'm going to be using these fall picks. Here I have two of these, and I'm going to be using this really pretty blue fall pick. Also, I have one of these loaf cake pans. I'm going to be using some of their foam pieces. I have some raffia, and I'm going to be using one of these stickers off this wall window cling sheet, and I'm just going to be using the faith word. Also, I'm going to be using a little bit acrylic paint as well as one of these cute little pumpkins that I got from the dollar spot at Target. Acrylic paint is the color chocolate bar. So what I'm going to do first is take that faith sticker and I'm going to add it to the side of this loaf pan. So since this is a wall cling and it's not just a window cling, it has the sticky back, so it's going to stick to the project really good. I'm just going to smooth it out. And then what I'm going to do with that acrylic paint is use that to kind of make this piece rusty. I'm going to just take some paper towel, add the paint to the paper towel, and just dab it all around. You can use any brown color acrylic paint or paint you have. I'm just going to use this color and I'm just dabbing right around this piece. I'm not going to add any more paint. I'm just going to continue to use the paint that I already applied. I'm just trying to make this cake pan look worn out and rusted, and so I am going to go over the faith sticker too just to blend everything together. And after I get that complete, all I have to do is add in my items. So what I'm going to do is just take those foam pieces that I had left over from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut one of them down so that they can fit nice and snug inside of the pan. And then I'm going to take that raffia from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just going to take some of it and place it right on top of the foam so you won't be able to see that. And I'm going to take the stems with the little white pumpkins and berries, and I'm just going to place those right inside the foam on each side, and then I'm going to place my pumpkin right in the center, and then I'm going to cut these other little leaves off of this pick here, and I'm just going to use those as fillers, just adding them here and there, making sure that I'm covering the foam and you won't see anything. And once I get all of those pieces blended in, this first DIY is complete, and I think this came out so pretty. I absolutely love this. And now I'm going to get started on the second DIY for today. I'm going to be using some of these wood game pieces from the tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. I have 3 pumpkins, and these were from the Target dollar spot as well. They are only $1, but they had so many beautiful colors. I'm also going to be using some paint stir sticks, and these are the 3 in the pack for 98 cents at Home Depot. And I have some more of these fall picks from the Dollar Tree. Also, my paint color is going to be some of that Dollar Tree stain, and I'm going to be using a little bit of this paint here that I got from the Target dollar spot. So as you can see, I'm cutting down my paint sticks and I'm leaving them wrapped in that seal plastic because it's easier to get them all to cut the same size if I just keep all 3 sticks together. And so I'm just going to use my saw to cut those down, and I'm just cutting off the handle. And now after I get that done, what I'm going to do is line these sticks up. I'm going to take 4 of them, line them up with the ruler side facing up so that won't be seen. And then I'm going to take the pieces that I cut off, the handles, and I'm going to use those to connect these sticks together. I like to use the pieces that I cut off to connect everything together. That way I can use all of the material. So after I get that complete, what I'm going to do is take the other 2 sticks and I'm going to glue those down right along the side. And I'm just going to add some hot glue to the bottom. And then I'm going to place the stick right up against it, making sure that the ruler side is facing in. Now they do have the painter sticks that of course doesn't have the rulers, but the reason why I like using these is because the painter sticks are thicker than the ones that do not have the ruler. And so now what I'm going to do is just add some extra glue along the side for extra security. And then now what I'm going to do is glue some of these tumbling block pieces together. So I'm going to glue 6 together. So I'm just going to glue the first 3 side by side. And then I'm going to glue the second set of 3 side by side. And then I'm going to glue those 2 sets together. And then what I'm going to do is create a second set just like this. Now that I have 2, these are what I'm going to use to add as the sides of this little tray. And so what I'm doing is just making sure that they fit in there. And once I see that everything fits, I'm going to take my hot glue to attach it. So after I get everything attached, I am going to take that Dollar Tree wood stain in the color Golden Oak, and I'm going to stain this entire piece. So once I get everything stained, this is how it looks. Now I'm going to take that Target Dollar Spot acrylic paint. Now it's the color brown for that brand, but it has like this little orange tint color to it. You're not going to really be able to see it really good on camera, but in person it's just bringing a little bit of color to this piece. And so I'm just going to brush on a little bit more, and then this will be ready to style. Now you could use this and style it as a tray, but I'm actually going to style it on this side. So what I'm going to do is take my florals and I'm just going to clip these down off of the bunch. I'm also going to pull off some of these leaves and that little pumpkin. And what I'm going to do is just start hot gluing them to the top of this piece. And I'm going to start like in the center. And so I'm just adding in the different colors to blend them all together, and I will be layering some of them on top of each other. I love how this blue is blending in with these traditional fall colors. I think that way you can bring in a hint of color and it'll still match your existing fall decor. And so after I get all of these in there, what I'm going to do is bring in my pumpkins, and I'm going to put the blue ones on the sides and then put the other color in the center. I'm just going to add a few more pieces and this DIY will be complete. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I love all the different colors. The blue blended in so well. How pretty is this? And so now I'm going to get started on a third DIY for today. This bag of beads here I got from Michael's, and I did get this for 50% off, so it was like $6. I have another one of those cute little Target dollar pumpkins. This pumpkin was from the Dollar Tree, along with this cute little give thanks wood sign. And also from the Dollar Tree, I have these pretty fall picks. And I'm also going to be using this frame here that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now, what I'm going to do first is I took some of these beads and I got some jute cord, and I'm going to string these beads. I'm going to start with this peachy color first, and I'm going to do one of those and then 4 of the light colors, and then I'm going to add another one of the peachy colors, and I'm just going to do this thread a few times. Just creating a really simple tassel to style with my centerpiece. So after I get the number of beads on there that I desired, I am going to now take that jute cord and I'm just going to add it through the loop of the E on the give, and I'm just going to add it right through there and then tie a knot. I'm going to secure that with a little hot glue and then cut off any hanging cord. And what I'm going to do is just cut the jute cord at the top, leaving just a little bit so I can tie 2 knots. So what I'm going to do is just cut off that hanging cord, and then I'm going to start working on my centerpiece. Now what I'm going to do is first I'm going to add this little piece back to this pumpkin. It was green, but I pulled it out to paint it brown. So now for my picture, what I'm going to do is pull up these foam roses. I'm not going to paint the inside of this frame because I'm going to cover it up with some of that Dollar Tree raffia. So I'm just going to place that and spread it out a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is take my fall bunches and I am just going to cut the stems down on them, and then I'm just going to place those. I'm going to arrange those in this frame, which is now my centerpiece. I'm just going to arrange these, fluffing them out a little bit to where it's a little bit more on one side. And then what I'm going to do is just add my pumpkin, and I'm going to add that little pumpkin. And then now what I'm going to do is just add a little hot glue to tack that down just a little bit. And then I'm going to take that tassel and I'm just going to arrange it around the pumpkins in a really cute way, just styling it so that you can see the pretty beads and the give thanks. And this is complete. Now this is really, really pretty. I absolutely love how this turned out. Such a simple, beautiful way to style some fall decor. Now for this next DIY, I'm going to use another saying out of that pack from the Dollar Tree, Welcome Fall. I have this wood acorn, this wood leaf, and this wood pumpkin. Also, I'm going to be using some of this twine that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. The paints that I'm going to use is some of that plaster color chalk paint. I'm going to use some more of that brown paint that I got from the Target dollar spot. I have a little bit of this orange stain from Hobby Lobby and some more of that Dollar Tree golden oak wood finish. Now the first thing I'm going to do is take this orange stain that I got from Hobby Lobby and I'm going to stain the pumpkin with that color. After I get the pumpkin stain, I am going to take that Dollar Tree wood finish and I am going to go over this acorn with that color. Then I'm going to paint the leaf using that plaster color. And so I'm just going to take my little foam brush and go over it. I'm not trying to do a full coverage for this leaf, so I'm just going to brush on that plaster color. And as I started painting, I realized that I didn't take my Dollar Tree plaster to cover up that hole at the top where the jute cord was. So after I get this painted and dry, I'm going to go in with that Dollar Tree plaster just to go over that hole. And once that dries, I'm going to take my Dollar Tree sanding block just to sand things over. And then I'm going to use that color that I got from the Target dollar spot. Like I say, it has an orange color to it, but if you look on the bottle, it says it's brown. But I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to distress around the outsides of the leaf. I'm not going to go so much in the middle. I'm just going to brush on this color all around the outsides. And so I'm just going to brush on enough until I feel like I like how it looks. And then after I get that complete, I am going to take that Dollar Tree golden oak stain and I am going to go over that little wording, welcome fall. And what I'm going to do now is start wrapping these twine around my pieces. Now first I'm going to take it and I'm going to hot glue it to the back of this acorn and I'm going to wrap it all the way around to the top, even covering the little stem at the top. Now because of the way it's shaped, I'm going to have to add hot glue here and there just to make sure that everything tacks down and it doesn't unravel. Now what I like about this is I wanted to give this that messy raffia look, so that's why I decided to use this twine instead of the regular jute cord. So I'm just going to wrap that around, adding hot glue here and there until I cover it all the way up to the stem. After I get that complete, I'm going to just add a little extra hot glue and I'm going to do the same thing to the very bottom. I'm going to add a little hot glue and wrap some of this cord around the little piece at the bottom. So after I get that complete, I'm also going to wrap the stem of that pumpkin as well. And I'm going to make sure I covered it all the way to the top and then tack it down with some hot glue. And I'm also going to wrap the little stem at the bottom of the leaf as well. I'm going to attach all my pieces together using some hot glue. I'm just going to set them the way I want them to be attached. And then I'm going to take some hot glue and attach the pumpkin and the acorn together first. And that's just for extra security. And then now I'm going to attach the leaf to both of them and I'm just going to apply my hot glue and then press that down to make sure that everything connects. And then I'm going to take that welcome fall and I am going to attach that to the center of the leaf. You can add some jute cord to the back of this sign so that you can hang it, but I'm going to keep mine as a leaner. And I absolutely love this piece. I think it is so pretty. I love that the colors are kind of neutral, not too bright, but it just screams fall and I absolutely love it. And I think it looked great paired with that centerpiece that I created with the little tassel. And now I'm going to get started for the next DIY for today. For that DIY from the Dollar Tree, I have some more of these pretty fall picks. I have one of these round wood pieces that I picked up at Walmart for $1. I picked up a couple of these and I'm going to be using another one of those dollar pumpkins from Target. I'm also going to be using some of that Dollar Tree stain, and what I'm going to do is take that and go over this piece. Now I do like the other side of this decor piece, and so I did pick up a couple of these because I do want to style that other side, but not for today. I just wanted a plain wood front, and so but I am going to stain the back of it as well. And so after I get that complete, what I'm going to do is just go in and start adding my decor. Now you can add a word to this DIY, but I just wanted this to have its pumpkin, and I wanted it to have just a pretty fall picks. So what I'm doing is taking some of that Dollar Tree wire jute cord, and I'm going to staple that to this side so that I can be able to hang this sign. And so now what I'm going to do is slice that pumpkin in half because I want to make sure that it lays flat up against this sign. Just taking one of the Dollar Tree scrapers. I usually use this to slice anything that's foam, and I'm just going to go right down it, making sure that I got it as flat as possible. After I get that complete, I'm going to start pulling my florals off of the stem so that I can hot glue those separate, and I'm just blending in the different colors. So now what I'm going to do is just adding my other little pieces. I'm going to pull off the little pumpkins and the berries from that other pick and just hot glue those down. Didn't want to add any scenes to this. I just wanted it to just have a really simple fall look without it having to say anything. Now I am adding the berries that I pulled off this pick, and you will see me add those last little berries there, but I did end up pulling those off. So after I get all of my little pieces tacked down, I'm just going to glue that pumpkin right down to the bottom, and after I get that attached, this DIY is complete. Simple, but I really think this is a really nice decor piece to style in your house for the fall season. And this also look really nice paired with that centerpiece that I created. I think they look really great together. This is such a beautiful piece. I think the blue looks really nice. Now I'm going to get started on my last DIY for today. I have this Christmas sign. I got this on clearance at Walmart for $1, and this was last Christmas season. I have this stencil here, Hello Pumpkin, that I ended up not using, and I have another one of those pumpkins from the dollar spot at Target. I decided to use this blessed word from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue that right to the top of the sign. Using the back of the sign and keeping the front the way it is, I did slice that pumpkin in half, so I'm just going to hot glue that right under the word bless, and that is it. This was a really simple DIY, but I think it came out really cute. I think it looked really nice paired with that first centerpiece that I created that said faith. I think it looks really great together. I absolutely love how this turned out. Thank you all again for watching another one of my videos. I absolutely do appreciate all of the support. Here is a second look of the other DIYs I created today. If you like this video just as much as I did, remember to give it thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you here. As always, in the comment section below, let me know which one of these DIYs were your favorite. And remember, I will have in the description box below my second channel that I recently started called All Things Lovely. Please check out my channel, show me some support. I will absolutely love it. Until next time, my friends, stay safe so that I can see you in the next video.